don't know if I can pull off making a 3-piece takedown bow without fiberglass. Don't break, don't break, don't break. A 3-piece bow opens up more sourcing opportunities because you don't need as long of a board to build a bow. Now this is a crazy idea because it's a cardinal sin to manipulate the back of a wood bow. But today we're drilling through it voluntarily. The fear is that by drilling through the wood, it'll create a weak spot. And when we draw the bow back, it could break. And there's only one way to find out if I can pull this off. We have to do it. Oh, and by the way, you stink, is what my wife told me after I got home from work. Thank goodness Mando supports my channel. Mando is the best full body deodorant that you can apply everywhere, from your pits to your feet. It was created by a doctor who realized that body odor is often misdiagnosed and mistreated. Mando comes in 4 unique scents: bourbon leather, clover woods, Mount Fuji, and Pro Sport. And they even have an unscented option for those who prefer it. It's super smooth and you can't even see it on your skin. That's pretty cool. And my personal favorite is definitely the bourbon leather. Now, why should you try Mando? Well, for one, it's clinically proven to control your body odor better than soap. Seriously, 12 hours after a shower, the average odor level is 5 out of 10. But with Mando, it drops to a 0 out of 10. Here's why. Unlike traditional deodorant that masks an odor with a fragrance, Mando is formulated with mandelic acid, and this stops the odor before it starts. It's more like a pre-odorant. Mando reduces the odor all day and continues working for 72 hours. So Mando's starter pack is a great deal for new customers. It comes with a full stick of deodorant and a cream deodorant tube, or a spray deodorant, and 2 free products like wipes or mini body wash. You also get free US shipping, and new customers get $5 off with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off the starter pack. Click the link below and use code Kramer. Plus, you get to smell good too. Thank you, Mando, for sponsoring today's video. Not a perfect board, bunch of splits in here, but if I can find a good 32-inch section, that's what I'm gonna try to use for the limbs. Check out these growth rings. Now, we're not gonna chase a growth ring, but we do wanna work with the wood. So I'm grabbing a cross section like this to be my limb. I milled this on a chainsaw mill, so it's quite rough. I'm making the limbs 32 inches. Every piece of bamboo will be a little bit different, but mine finished at right around 1/4 of an inch. I've got one limb flattened, and you can see the difference from where I started to where we're going. Also, my expectation is that the problem area will be around the riser handle and the connection between the limbs. I'm gonna add a little wedge. I've got these offshoots from the limbs, and that's gonna go on the side of the riser right there. This is what I do with fiberglass bows, and it keeps this section right here from bending as much. And I think on our all wood bow, the thicker the section at the handle where the limb bolt is, the better chance of success we have. this is, in my opinion, one of the most important pieces on the bow. The key to having a smooth and successful glue up is all in the preparation. This setup will provide me a little bit of a reflex. And same thing with everything that I may need. You want it all ready. You want your surface areas clean. You want your clamps ready. This is the making of the bow. There's other parts that you can correct, but once the glue is cured, you're done.
When I was younger, I should have known better, and I can't feel no remorse, and you don't feel nothing bad.
As the bow limbs cure, we can go ahead and start working on the riser. I think I might still have room out of this Osage slab. There is a crack in here, but I'm kind of thinking this section, if I can get it before the knot, it's gonna be tight. This is gonna be my riser, and this is how I'm laying it out. The blue lines are the only ones that are essential. The orange lines are optional. So I need to transfer this design onto this. Now with my scrappy, terrible piece of wood, I'm gonna have to try to avoid some of these knots and cracks by the layout, because we're cutting out this section. So that's where I want the knots, is up there or there, which I think I can do that. So that's my first rough out. Let's bandsaw the waist. So this is the throat of the handle. And for mine, I'm gonna draw on the arrow rest like this, because I'm going left-handed. It would be on the other side if you're right-handed. That could be a problem. We'll see. I'm gonna leave it extra thick, and oh, that sucks. If I do a right-handed bow, I can actually take that out. Yeah, I'm too concerned. Let's go right-handed. I found it beneficial to think about a bow build like this in two phases. The first phase is getting the bow ready to tiller. Then once the limbs are on the bow, then we can actually tiller it and worry about how it's going to shoot. But before that point, it feels more like a woodworking project, or like spoon carving or something like that, where there is technicalities to it. Things aren't necessarily square. You get to use your creativity, but at the same time, you also want some measurements and some angles to be accurate. It's a really fun mix of skills. When working with knots and bow making, you can literally just think of it as a whole, because that's what it is. There's no strength in it. But knots like this can add a lot of character to a bow if it doesn't structurally mess it up. If you like that unique, primitive, real log style. Never underestimate the power of your hands when it comes to making a bow, because it'll all blend together with your eyes. But even just with the arrow shelf, if I just rub my hand along it, I can feel a little hump in there that I want to smooth out and make clean. But I literally can't see it. And I do that all the time, and I never really talk about it, but I'm always feeling every part, even when I'm tillering, to see if there's anything my dexterity can pick up on that my eyes can't. now have a stick, a board that we can turn into a bow. So I'll treat this like it's just one board now. This is the part of the video I'd recommend you hold your breath. Come on, baby. Okay, too high of a brace height, but no cracking. Okay. Ooh. Let's see how it's bending. Right now I have wood on wood. There's no felt between the three pieces. And I hear a little cracking in there. I think it's just the wood shifting as it's bending. But I've built so many odd, unconventional bows and had so many break, it's always nerve-wracking to me. But if I dismiss that and look at the limbs, the right and left are bending pretty evenly. Let's see if we can keep drawing it. As a matter of fact though, I think I want the edges to bend more than at the handle. And so I think I have enough information to remove a little more wood there. It's looking good. Let's finish this bow.
I got a new girlfriend. Feels like he's on top, and I don't feel no remorse. And you can't see past my blindness. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, since the flood. Oh, Ophelia, heaven help a fool who falls in love. That's all she wrote. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, like a drug. Oh, Ophelia, heaven help a fool who falls in love. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, since the flood. Oh, Ophelia, heaven help a fool who falls in love. Been on my mind, girl, like a drug. Oh, Ophelia, heaven help a fool who falls in love.
If you want to learn how to make this bow, or if you would like to have this one personally, consider subscribing, and you just might find out how in another video.